Hello and welcome to episode number 40 of Girlstreamers. Girlstreamers is a podcast bringing you the girl streamers that you know and love. Girlstreamers is a community that supports and promotes girls that stream. We are a bi-weekly podcast and we'll be bringing you some amazing girl gamers and allow you, the viewer, to get to know some of your favorite streamers. My name is Nymphadora, and with me tonight I have... what do we say? Rcalielie. If there is time at the end, we'll take questions from the audience in the channel. This is a live podcast, but we will also be available for download on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and YouTube. What's up, RC? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I am great. Oh, let me turn up. Your audio is just a little low here on my ends. I hope all is well. So yeah, welcome to Girlstreamers podcast. So your screen name is Rcalielie or Rcalielie, but you go by just RC, Rcalielie, or Calie, right?
Yeah, pretty much. It's the easiest. Like I say, I can't pronounce my own name.
That's okay. I've been butchering it for the last two podcasts, trying to promote. So, yeah, I do apologize for that.
No worries. You're not the first person to botch my name up.
Good. I don't feel so bad now. So how'd you come up with that screen name?
It was actually a computer-generated name in EverQuest when I first started playing it.
Oh, and, nice.
I forgot to hit the random button one extra time or so to get something a little more easier, and it kind of stuck ever since then.
Nice. Isn't that how we like so many people get their screen names? It's from like the first game, like your first MMO. That's where Nymphadora came from. It was my first MMO, and it stuck.
Yeah, mine came back in 2012. Is when I first got my name.
Nice. So where are you from?
I'm up in Pennsylvania. I tell everybody I'm, of course, Amish country.
Yes.
About half hour west of Lancaster.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We were discussing before the podcast how we realized that the Super Bowl is going on right now, but neither one of us gave a crap because it's not the Steelers, because we're both Steelers fans.
Yes.
Go Steelers!
Yeah, they need to win one of these times.
So, what's the first game that you ever played that just got you into the gaming world?
Well, I guess a little bit from when I was younger. I used to play an Atari, like most people have. I used to play Miss Pac-Man and Asteroids and stuff, and then when I got about like 8 years old, I got a Tandy computer, which I used to play this one of the first Star Trek games ever on there, which is pretty fun. And then when I met my husband, he caught me playing Farmville on Facebook. So that was like one of my first games. And he used to play Civilization 4. And I used to say, what's that? You know, and he would try and show me the game, and I kind of got into that. And he tried Diablo 2, and I kind of got into that. And then he got me in EverQuest, and I just kind of been expanding my games since then.
Nice. I love how it starts with the spouse getting you into so much. Like, I've got very good friends of mine. We met his wife last year at BlizzCon, but she wasn't a big gamer. She's never really been a big gamer, but you know, she'd mod his stream channel and stuff, and now she's starting to stream PUBG because he sucked her into PUBG.
That's usually how it works.
Like, yes, welcome to the dark side.
That's one game I haven't actually tried yet.
It's don't go into it being a try hard. That's all I can say. Um unless you are like really good at first person shooters, just get a group of friends to go play with, go in, have fun. I laugh so hard with the group of people that I play with. So it's I have fun with it. I'm terrible at it, and I've gotten maybe 2 chicken dinners since I bought the game, which was while it was still in beta, so a few months ago. But yeah, if
Oh
you
wow.
I recommend it. It's a fun game. It doesn't feel like it's a fully released game yet cuz there's still a bunch of glitches. Like what, last week we were playing? Yeah, last Tuesday actually we were playing, and uh 2 of my buddies we were in the barracks on the military base, and they got stuck on the wall. And this is a release game. And they got stuck on the wall, and they're like, I can't move. So that was
That
kind of
would be kind of
frustrating.
embarrassing to get stuck in the wall.
So how long have you actually been streaming?
Since I think it was 2015 when I looked. I had to actually look on my page earlier. It's about middle of 2015 when I actually started streaming. Their streams were kind of horrid compared to the ones that I have now because I didn't have that good of a PC before.
So you're about to come up on 3 years then.
Yep, pretty much.
Holy cow! What got you into streaming?
Actually, in EverQuest, I had a friend that I used to play with. She was a streamer as well. Her name was Zoisite, and she kind of got me into streaming, so I have to give her credit for that.
Nice, nice. So was EverQuest then the first thing you streamed?
Yeah, that and Elder Scrolls Oblivion, I think, was the one of the other games that I used to stream.
Nice, very nice, very nice. So, what do you tend to? Well, we'll get to that. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Jump ahead of yourself.
I am totally getting ahead of myself because I was about to ask, like, what are you streaming now? Like, yeah, go ahead, answer the question. Yeah, whatever.
Oh, I do a variety, from like Path of Exile to Elder Scrolls Online to some Warframe, Fortnite. I do some EverQuest, but I try to not stream that much of it because I don't get the views with that game. So
It's hard to stream MMOs, because I used to stream WoW a lot, and unless you have some kind of gimmick or something, you're not gonna get, or like unless you're Calie or Swifty or a big streamer who's partnered and been partnered for years, you're not gonna get the numbers for people to watch.
yep.
So I feel you on that because I just streamed WoW for the first time in a year this week, actually. And I was like, yeah, that's right. Nobody likes to watch me play WoW.
Yeah, that's how it is with EverQuest. I get like myself, maybe one or two other people, but that's about it. Usually, is how it works out.
But sometimes you want to play the game and it land you're like, all right, well, it's my scheduled stream time. I really want to play this game. Fuck it, I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what's the most, well, I mean, this could be the same answer, so we'll ask both questions. What's the most embarrassing thing or the most memorable moment that's ever happened to you on stream? Because that could be the same answer for both of those questions.
I have two different answers. I think most
Okay.
embarrassing moment was playing Fortnite with my partner. This was before they fixed the team killer thing, mechanic where you could actually kill your own partner. So he ran into the prison, and all I heard was him say, "Oh crap, they're shooting at me." I didn't realize he was coming back out. As I was going in, had the gun up. He was like right in the camera, and I shot him in the face, and, and he died. I was like, "Whoa, that's the first time I've ever done that on stream." Most embarrassing moment. Most
Oh.
memorable moment, I was testing out a game called Hellion, which is like a space survival game. Um, and I was trying to show my friend Psychone how to get around the spaceship from one end to the other, and I actually got lost. I like, so I was supposed to be going this way, and somehow got flipped around because no gravity. You're like flipping around in all different kinds of directions. So
Right.
I got turned around and went back the other way, and he's going, where are you going? Well, we're going to the ship. And he's like, wait, he's just standing there watching me. I was like, oh crap, I went the wrong way.
uh
He still
that
harasses me about that to this day.
those are the good ones when they they turn into inside jokes.
Yes. Yeah, it's still a joke to this day. That's been probably about a good 4 or 5 months since that happened.
Nice. What type of games do you tend to stick with? Do you tend to stick with like RPG kind of games, or do you go? Well, you said you play Fortnite, so you play FPS as well. Then
Yeah, I do a little bit of everything. I can do some FPS too. I do mostly RPGs. I actually like those puzzle games where it kind of makes you think, like Tomb Raider. What do you got to do to get into this section? So I'm like sitting there, this is what you got to do. So it just kind of makes me think. So I kind of like those games a lot.
I like those as well. Um, the Rusty Lakes, I just got. They just gave out a bunch of key codes in Girlstreamers a couple weeks ago, and so I grabbed one because I've seen Carice play them a lot, and they're like point and click puzzle games, but
Oh, okay, I got you.
they're really good games. And so if you like puzzle games, I highly recommend you checking out Rusty Lakes.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to check that out then. You say Rusty Lakes?
Yes, they're also one of the devs that are in our Discord channel. So
Yeah, I'll have to check that out then when we're done here.
so all right, this question, I love this question because cuz I feel like you can have a favorite game, right now, and then you can have a favorite game of all times. And then sometimes you can't choose. So, what is your favorite game of all time? What is your favorite game right now? Or can you even choose which game is your favorite?
I would have to say those Tomb Raider games. I really like those. Like, I actually just recently beat the Rise of the Tomb Raider, and I had to go back through, and I was like, I'm determined to beat my score the last time, so I went through a second time trying to beat it.
Now, that's the latest Tomb Raider, right?
Yeah, Rise of the Tomb Raider. Yeah.
Okay. I haven't played that one yet. But it looks beautiful. So
Oh, I
you
love
finally beat it?
the scenery is very awesome.
Ah, nice. Very nice. So, would you say you have a main game right now that you're streaming on your channel?
Mm, not exactly. I kind of bounce between different games, whatever the pick of the day is usually.
I feel you. I feel you on that. Um, so are there any games then that you are excited about that are coming out soon?
There's one game I want to check out when it comes out. It's called Pantheon, which is another RPG game.
Wait, I think I've heard of this.
Yeah, it was one of the I think original one of the original developers of EverQuest. He broke away from EverQuest and started making Pantheon. So he's the one that's actually creating that. And I've seen like videos of it, and it just looks freaking amazing.
Nice. I'm gonna have to check that out because the name sounds familiar, but I don't remember like what it's about or anything.
Yeah, I just
Um,
remember it's like an RPG game, kind of similar to WoW and EQ and stuff.
nice. Very nice. So, um, is there a game that you would want to have a reboot or a remastering of?
Uh, I would like to try and figure out how to beat Civilization 4. I've actually never done that. I want to conquer the world.
Nice. That my husband played that game as well. He loved that game, Civ 4, and they're now up to. Are they
Civ
past
6 or 7, I
six?
think. I think it's
Yeah.
6 or 7 that they're up to now.
Jesus. I've actually never played any of the Civ games, so I know nothing about them.
They're pretty interesting. They're very you got to kind of start your civilization out here, and you got to pick the ideal spot for your resources, and um, expand your knowledge. Whether it's like ironworking to uh, I forget, like it's all different things that you can really expand it. Then you got to build your army and protect your cities and stuff like that, and then go conquer other cities and take over. There's different challenges in the game that you can either conquer all the cities, or you could I guess be the first to launch a spaceship up into space, or there's different challenges that you can do. I'm not sure what all of them are offhand. I think my husband
Nice.
would know more about that than I would.
So I'm thinking a game to stream for you coming up soon.
What's that?
Civ 4.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I
um
have to actually break that out sometime and play it again.
uh I was in a streamer, I was lurking in somebody's stream earlier today, and uh he asked a really great question, and that makes me think of this question actually makes me think of that. What is the oldest game you have in your backlog that you have not beaten?
Oh, the oldest game?
I just thought that was a great question, so I had to ask that.
I would have to say Oblivion. I actually never beat that whole game yet.
Oh, really? Okay. Is it
One of
any
these
good?
days
I haven't played Oblivion.
It's actually pretty good. Did you ever play like Elder Scrolls Online or Skyrim?
I played Skyrim, but I haven't played
It's
ESO.
yeah, Elder Scrolls Online, you can actually pick different races and how do you want to say it? Like if you're good or bad, there's different sections you can go, and there's tons of quests, different expansions. You can go through the Thieves Guild, learn to be a pickpocket,
Nice.
or I forget all the different expansions. They have one that they recently came out called Morrowind, which is
Oh yeah,
kind of
yeah.
similar to one of the older ones.
Yeah. Um who was it that was playing? Was it Miss Pockets or Martian Cat? I think was actually playing ESO. Morrowind. They were talking about that, and it looked really, really good. Um, so all right, I guess this is the time in the podcast that we'll get to the little bits more serious stuff. Who inspires you to be the woman you are today?
I would have to say my sister. She's not around anymore, but she used to be my best friend. I lost
Aw.
her about 6 years ago.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. That's awful. So why? I mean, if you want to talk a little bit more, why? What is it about her that inspires you to just be you?
Ah, well, I don't know. She just not exactly sure. She used to be who I would always consult in when I needed
Mm-hmm.
advice or somebody to talk to. She was like my best friend. Let's just put it that way.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So what do you like about being a part of Girlstreamers?
I get to meet other girl streamers that are out there, and you realize that you're not the only one. There's
Yeah,
tons of other streamers, and you get to network from there and expand like your follower base, and just get to meet new people.
it's. Well, I mean, we were kind of talking a little bit before the podcast about this, but it you feel when you first start out that you're alone as far as being
Hmm.
a girl streamer, and then coming into something like this. I mean, it's sometimes it can be a little overwhelming, but for you, you said it was like, oh, I'm not alone, hallelujah, kind of deal, right?
But only I wasn't singing because I can't sing. My husband, he's like, he always tells me, tells everybody, yeah, you can mute her. but I can't. So I gotta listen to her. He does have a roll of duct
uh,
tape back there that he always pulls out and threatens, here, you see this?
dang it, husband. um, so I mean, there's some comfort in numbers, with having something like this, right? Because you are not alone.
Yes, I agree with you. That
Uh, um,
met a lot of cool girl streamers through the community. Azealie is actually, I think that's how you say her name. Azealie
I think so.
is one of them.
Yes.
Yeah, I actually like her. She's like so positive. I used to love watching, sitting there watching her streams, and you'd say, "Hey, I'm having a bad day. Oh, let's just spread some love out there, and brighten their day up. That's awesome."
I like that you mentioned that because I was actually in her stream Friday, hanging out in her stream Friday. I love her stream. A lot of girls in our community do that too. I've noticed that it's kind of blossomed within the community. So many girls that are like, "Oh, you're having a bad day. Let's make it a better one," and like they do something crazy, to boost your mentality and stuff. And I think I love that you pointed that
That's
out
awesome.
because I love that about streamers. I mean, that's one of the things I love about Azili's stream and several other girls. We have a ton of girls in our
I try to
community.
keep positive for the most part. Sometimes it's hard, but
It
you know,
is. I totally agree. Um, Especially with the negativity out there against girl streamers and girl gamers in general. So, what keeps you then? That actually rolls me into the next question. What keeps you so passionate about gaming and just the community in general?
just meeting some awesome streamers out there and making some friendships and bonds with a bunch of people. I've actually made quite a few friends along the way, and I'm actually thankful I actually met them. Of course, then you do meet the occasional idiot, but
Yeah,
they're everywhere you look. It's nothing you can really do about them.
right. Um. So, what would you say is your greatest challenge or obstacle that you have had to overcome in your life?
Well, I guess the year I lost my sister, I not only lost her, but I lost three of my other close family members, which
Oh
was
my
my
god.
grandmother, my stepmother, my father, and then my sister. And I think that was the worst obstacle I've ever went through in my life. But you know, I overcame the obstacle, and I still push forward. It's not that I don't think about them
Right.
and stuff and miss them, but I know they're still there in spirit.
Right. I actually just had one of those years myself, 2016. I lost like all of my immediate family aside from my parents
Oh
and my little
wow,
brother. So I totally kind of understand. I mean, everybody's experiences are different, but yeah, that's hard when you have people who you lose like bam, 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 like right after another, especially when you're that
yeah,
close to them.
and you
I
don't have
mean,
time to grieve in between.
right, exactly, because you're still trying to grieve this person, and then a week to a couple months later, somebody else dies, and it's like I'm still not over this one. What the hell?
Yeah, that's
It's
kind of how I felt that year.
it's
It was pretty rough.
uh, it's. I mean, grief is one of the toughest things I think for people to overcome because it can drag you down just having one person, losing one person. So
Yep.
losing, any number after that, I think just adds tenfold to it. I mean, I had to seek grief counseling because it was just so bad. Um, so I'm glad that you were able to get over that because I know how that is.
It
It's
it took me about a year to overcome it, but I try to keep my chin up and move forward.
because I mean that's all you can do. I mean, you're still living and you've got to push past that hurt. So,
Yep.
if you could give your past self 1 to 2 words of advice from the wisdom and experience you've gained up until now, what would they be?
Well, actually, no matter how hard things get, just pretty much keep your chin up because there are better days ahead of you.
I think that's very good advice. So, what trait of yours are you most proud of?
Um, I try to keep very honest and respectful. I was always brought up to respect others,
I
so
feel you on
I
that.
try to live off of that, and also teach my kids as well to
Yeah.
be like that.
How many kids do you have?
I have two boys. They're teenagers practically.
Oh, wow.
I got my hands full.
Yeah.
They're
Two
9.5 months
teenagers.
apart, and they try to kill each other all the time.
Oh my gosh. Um, two teenage boys. Wow. That's a handful. So,
Yes, it is.
um, then what is your greatest insecurity then?
Um, I can sometimes be a bit shy. Like I'm still a little bit shy. I'm just trying to not, hide my face. Because I'm not used to having a camera. But I don't know. I'm trying to be myself. But sometimes I have a hard time overcoming being shy. But usually once I open up, I just never shut up.
That's awesome. I mean, it's a podcast. We want you to talk. Um, so, have you ever been trolled?
Oh yeah, several times. I actually was discriminated for my looks on an IRL stream I did once, and kind of chased me away from actually doing IRL streams. So I try not to do them because I don't want that negativity.
Those are the IRL streams are the trolliest streams that exist on Twitch.
Yeah, it's
Um,
pretty sad.
I don't think I don't know what it is about IRL, but it's like that's just where the trolls exist. Cuz I've been in several streamers streams and they're, doing stuff like testing out candies or whatever, or eating these things, like they get like a loot box or something, and so they're opening the loot box and it has candies and they're testing the stuff on stream. I mean, that's IRL stuff, right? But it's cool unboxing stuff. And they come in and it doesn't matter like how big they are, they call them fat. I mean, i've
And
i've been
see,
in
that's not right.
streams I've been in streams with like girls who are maybe 100 pounds and they're called fat, and it's like,
Wow.
what the hell? Like, what is your problem? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't get it. It just,
Well, as they always say, haters are gonna hate, and I guess that's how they are. I guess they're, what I think it is that they're just jealous. It's all jealousy, and that's why they have to sit there and troll you. So that's how I
yeah,
kind of look at it.
because they see, because their life has no value,
Hmm.
and so they got to try and make somebody else feel just as bad. Um, which it's terrible. So I'm with you on the IRL. Like I don't do IRL myself either, for the same reason.
Yeah. Well, I'm usually when I'm streaming with the camera, I'm usually kind of nervous because I'm not one to be in front of a camera, so it kind of makes me a little nervous. Like, am I gonna get some troll that comes in and say, "Hey," and just start critiquing me just because of the way I look, and I
Well, you're
am.
gorgeous, so don't let them bother you. You're gorgeous,
Well,
gal.
thanks. Now you're gonna make me blush on camera.
Yes, that was my goal.
That was your goal.
um, so bouncing off of that, then what advice would you have for new people who get into streaming?
Um, well, being a mentor with one of the biggest communities, I always tell them to play what you enjoy playing. Do not play the latest game because it's the latest game and you don't enjoy yourself. Because if your viewers actually see that you're not enjoying yourself, they won't actually stick around and stuff. So you always want to pick something that you love playing.
I
That would
I agree with
be
that.
my advice there.
I think that's great advice because I mean, people come into one of the things that I have noticed, and I don't know if you can agree or disagree. Uh, when people come into streams, like they can pick up your vibe, especially if you are a very visible streamer and you use a camera. I mean, it's not you know unless you're really really talkative in your stream without a camera, it's not quite as evident. But they can see just by facial expressions, and most people come in to have a good positive experience. They come in to you know just chill, watch somebody play a game because you know that's how we grew up as a generation, is watching our siblings play video games, you know,
Pretty much.
sharing video game consoles and stuff. So, when you're not in the right mindset, the worst thing that you can do is go live because you could lose good followers who've been with your channel for, God knows how long because you're in a bad mood,
Yep.
which diminishes your community that you end up building, because you do build a community around you in your little stream, even if you are a part of Girlstreamers or any other big streamer communities. You yourself have like a mini community in your stream.
Yep.
So
That's pretty much what the networking is with your
mm-hmm.
stream and stuff.
Oh,
You make your
completely.
friends along the way and build your network from there.
Would you say networking is actually very viable as a streamer?
Yes, I would say it is. You gotta kind of promote yourself to entice your viewers to want to follow you and stick around and give you all that support that you need to be successful in the
Mm-hmm.
streaming career.
Uh,
And if
I
you don't
agree.
have the support, then it's not going to go very far. So you got to
Right.
always, build it the way you would like it to be and attract that audience.
I agree. I quite agree. So, do you have any cool tattoos, scars, or piercings, and any cool
Oh,
stories
well,
about them?
let's see. 4 tattoos.
Nice.
One, which I don't know if you can see. It's like on the side of my neck.
I
It's a
can a little
butterfly.
bit. Okay. All
It,
right. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
it's
it's
a little
pretty.
butterfly I have here. Then I have my kids' names on my arm,
Nice.
and I have shooting stars across my shoulder blades, and then I have what everybody calls the tramp stamp. So
What girl doesn't have a tramp stamp that has a
yeah,
tattoo? I mean, I've got one
exactly.
too. Uh,
Yeah, I just don't know
what?
how else to explain it. It's a big heart with tribals coming off of it.
Oh,
It needs
okay.
some coloring done.
Okay. See, mine is a it's a 4-leaf clover,
It's not bad.
and yeah. So you can imagine the things that were said to me in college about being lucky. Uh,
Well, maybe you are lucky. You better pass me some of your luck then.
so yeah, no, I got the tramp stamp too. I've got it. Yeah, no.
Well, at least I'm not the only one.
You are not alone. But you know what's really funny about that? In the UK, that's actually a really popular place to get it. And years ago. Now like it's now considered a tramp stamp over there, but like 10 years ago, well, okay, all right, I'm a little bit older than that. We'll say 15 years ago, they're like, this isn't, it's not a tramp stamp. It's just, that's just where a lot of people get their tattoos. Uh, so I was like, oh, okay.
Well, that's why like I got the one on my neck because I wanted something different. And at that time, not too many people had tattoos on the side of their neck. I just
Right.
see people having names tattooed on it, but they didn't have like pictures, you know. I got a butterfly because I always like butterflies. I have shooting stars on my shoulder blades. You know, wish upon a shooting star if you ever need. You know
Oh,
what
I
I mean.
love that. I love
So
it.
that's why I kind of have the shooting stars across my shoulder blades. So that's actually one of my favorite ones. I'd show you, but it would be exposing too much skin. I would
Right.
say.
We totally get banned.
Yes, yes.
How did that hurt getting it on your neck?
No, actually, I didn't feel it. The one that hurt the worst was on my shoulder blades because I'm kind of skinny, so I don't have a whole lot of meat on my bones back there. And every single needle that went in, I felt it go into my shoulder blades, and I was like, "Oh, ouch!"
I I noticed what, because I've got one on my hip, and so that one was, which is my first one. The one on my hip is my first one. I didn't feel anything. I was like, oh, there's nothing, and it's a tiny, tiny tattoo. Because, first tattoo, I don't want anybody to see it. I want to be able to hide it because my mom. Um, and I was like, oh, this ain't shit. And then when I got the tramp stamp, the only time I felt it is when they went over my spine, because there's no fat
Yeah, no
there.
meat there. Yeah.
But like the ones on my arms and stuff like that, like nothing. Like it's only when it goes over bone is when you feel it the most.
Yeah. Yeah, and I would say the one across my shoulders was the worst one.
See, and I want to. I think I want a sleeve. Do you want any more, or are you done with
Um.
4?
Well, okay. So getting back to the story of my sister, she passed away from breast cancer, 12-year battle. So my husband's back here watching. Sorry, distracting me. Um, I wanted a breast cancer ribbon with like my
Oh,
sister's name in it at some
yeah.
point. I'm not sure where I would get it. Maybe on like my thigh or something like that. But that would probably be like the next one.
You should get it on your boob.
Oh man, I don't have much there. I think I might hurt.
That would be a good one though. Had my aunt had breast cancer. She survived. She survived it. She died last year, a year in March. At the end of March from complications due to lupus, which she got from the breast cancer because they did a double mastectomy and then put in implants, and the
Oh,
implants leaked, which triggered the lupus. So
oh
yeah,
wow,
that was a fun ordeal.
wow.
So,
I couldn't
but
even imagine that.
um, so yeah, I would like to do the lupus. Theirs is purple. I'd like to do the lupus
Mhm.
one because I think I think that would be really cool. Um, yeah, I also want I want so many. I want a dragon. I want a TARDIS. I want
Dragons are awesome.
the the horde symbol. I love tattoos. I could talk about tattoos all day.
Yeah,
They're beautiful. Like it's artwork. It's like stained glass windows on your skin. You know.
my family thought I was nuts when I got my first one. And I'm like, they're like, why are you marking your body up? And I'm like, well, it's nothing inappropriate, so I don't understand what the big issue is.
Oh man. My mom, Southern Baptist lady. So you can imagine when she finally saw my tattoos.
My mom was Catholic.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. So if there was one person, past or present, that you could have dinner with tonight, who would it be and why?
Oh, it would definitely be my sister, for sure.
She sounds like an awesome lady.
Oh, you should have met her. She was awesome. She was the best person I've ever met in my life.
Was she older or younger?
Well, okay, so when she passed away, she was 52. So, she was a bit older than me. Like, all my brothers and sisters are older than me. I'm the baby. I'm the runt,
Oh,
I guess you want
okay.
to call it.
See, I'm the oldest. I have one sibling, and he's 6 years younger than me.
Three
So,
brothers, three sisters here.
whoo, girl. That's a big family.
Yes, it was. Imagine being around my two of my older brothers growing up. They kind of made me into like a tomboy, I guess you want to say, and it was always, hey, let's beat baby sister up. Well, now we go to meet each other like on the holidays, and I just go up and, hi, brother, punch him in the arm. That's how we say hi to each other now.
Sounds like me and my little brother.
Mm-hmm.
So what's an ideal weekend for you?
Oh, I love camping.
Me
I love
too.
being outdoors. Like up in Pennsylvania here, one of the things that me and my sister used to do, go up to the mountains, up outside of Lock Haven.
Mm-hmm.
It was in a mountain range called Whitetail Mountain Forest, which was like a privately owned mountain range. Oh my gosh, where she had the piece of land, it was like right at the top of the mountain, and I have like pictures of looking out and seeing this awesome view, especially when you wake up in the morning and you see all that fog just laying over the mountain ranges out ahead. It's freaking beautiful. We had like hummingbirds up there that we had some feeders that we used to feed them, and it was pretty awesome.
That, holy cow, that sounds amazing. I freaking love camping. I want to actually hike the Appalachian Trail at some point in my life.
Well, if you get up this way, let me know.
I will. I will, because it goes right through Pennsylvania. So
yes, it does.
Oh man, I love it. I love camping, hiking.
I think that the mountains in Pennsylvania are really beautiful. As long as they're well maintained and stuff. It's really nice up there. I mean, if you could actually see it, which maybe I'll have to send you some pictures afterwards.
You should definitely. I've been as far as Virginia. I haven't been any farther than the Shenandoah Valley area is as far north as I've been. I would like, obviously I'd like to go up farther because, I mean, the Appalachian Mountains to me are absolutely beautiful. And they vary from the southern portion to the northern portion. Like, they're so different. So yeah, that's cool. I got people to see in Pennsylvania now, so got excuses to go up there.
Yep, I'm always here.
So what are you most thankful for?
Oh, definitely my family. My kids, having a wonderful husband and kids and stuff. And I got two lovely cats that can be a pain in my butt sometimes, but I still love them. They're my little baby girls. Like most of the people when they're in my stream, they always know when my one black cat Bella comes in, because she's my big mouth. She's constantly screaming like, I want attention, feed me, pet me, The other one's kind of quiet, so you don't hear her as much. She's usually hiding.
And they're both girls?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's your girls. You got the two teenage boys, and then your two cats as your girls.
After I had my two boys, I got fixed. I said, no more kids. Yeah. I had my hands full when my second son was born. They were both in infant car seats. I had two different diaper bags, one over each arm.
Oh, God.
It was like a workout.
Yeah.
Trying to get in and out of the car every day. That was not fun.
Would you say it was easier to have them both in diapers, or would you have preferred there to be a little bit of space between each?
It probably would have been better if there was a little bit of space. So that way I would have one that can actually walk instead of having to carry both of them. I used to have to walk around one on each hip, and it was crazy.
Were you barefoot and in the kitchen as well? Like,
yeah, pretty much. That's the only way I'm comfortable usually.
So I've got one more question for you, and then we'll open up to Q&A in the Twitch channel. So what is your strongest passion outside of streaming?
I guess loving everybody. I don't know. I guess that would be my strongest passion. I don't know. This is one I was actually having trouble trying to find an answer to. But I would say I try to love everybody the same.
Just
For the
love,
most part.
love, man. Just love,
Gotta love
love.
everybody.
You're such a hippie. No, I'm just kidding. I'm the same way.
Hey, wait a minute. I'm not wearing tie dye. Now my sister, she was here. She used to wear nothing but tie dye stuff, and she used to love that stuff all the time.
That's awesome, though. That's awesome. I've got Oh, KP in chat. We've already got our first question in here. So KP asks, "Is there a place that you would like to visit?"
Oh, I would actually probably like to visit Niagara Falls at some point. I've heard it was
Ooh.
so beautiful. My grandparents went up there and they used to bring back these pictures, and I'm like, wow, that is so amazing. you know?
Where all have you been anywhere outside of Pennsylvania?
Oh yeah, I actually traveled a lot with my godparents growing up. I've traveled all the way around Pennsylvania for the most part. I've been to just about every city up to the Poconos, all the way out west to Pittsburgh, to East Philadelphia. Um, I've been the furthest north of Boston, Massachusetts. When I was in school, I used to play the violin growing up.
Nice.
So I used to compete in symphony orchestras.
Oh,
And
wow.
one of the orchestras that we had to compete in was up in Boston, Massachusetts. So it was called the I forget what it was called, Symphony of Music or something like that. I don't know. I'd have to pull all my papers out of the filing cabinet and take a look. I've been the furthest south is Virginia, I would say. I've been to Kentucky, Tennessee, um, Louisville, Kentucky, to be exact. I was actually staying in Galt House Hotel. That place is huge. I don't know if you ever been to Louisville, but
I
the
haven't.
Galt House Hotel is like I guess the Kentucky Derby official hotel.
Oh,
It's like
gotcha.
two
Okay.
big buildings on each side of the street, the little catwalk up top, and it's like 20 stories high on each
Holy
side.
cow. That's crazy. That's awesome though. So, all right, have you ever played the violin on stream?
No, actually, I haven't. I do still have my violins though.
Oh,
I don't know. I'd be kind of nervous to play.
maybe you should start playing your violin on stream.
Mm,
I
I
bet it'd
haven't
be
played it in.
awesome.
I haven't played it in like so long. I would have to break it out and kind of practice a little bit to see if I remember how to play it.
That'd be a cool
I
stream though.
Yeah, I used to compete. I paid for private tutoring growing up. I used to do different solos to duets with people
That's
in
awesome.
recitals. I have a couple of awards that I've gotten.
That is
It,
awesome.
it
Nice.
wasn't too bad.
Um, I played. I was on the drum line in marching band. And that was I played the clarinet at one point, and then I was like, nah, I'd prefer to play drums. That's it. That's as far as I go.
You just like to make all the loud booms and stuff.
Right. I mean, I sing, and I was classically trained and stuff, so I can sing. But we did have a girl who played violin during orchestra season in band. Oh my god, it was beautiful. It added a different element to the band in high school. It was wonderful. Um
Yeah.
oh, KP asked another good question about video games. Is there a game that you would like to play again as if it were the first time? It's a good question. I like that.
Oh, as if it were the first time.
It's a
Let me
good
see.
question. Damn.
Hmm. That really make me think.
I know. I think I'm going to add that to my list of questions. I like that question.
Um, I would actually go back to playing that Star Trek game I used to play when I was younger. That thing was
Yeah.
pretty awesome. I had that thing beat. I I don't know. I used to also play another game called Classic Concentration, like the game show. I don't know if you remember the name of the game show, Classic Concentration. I
Wait,
had a computer game.
was that on like a big floppy disk on the Apple computer?
It might have been on Apple, but I played it on my Tandy computer.
Okay, was it like the black and green screen?
I think so. I think it was.
Oh my god, I think I know what game you were talking about. I think that's the game. That's the very first computer game I ever played, but I could never remember the name of it.
Yeah, I think it was Classic Concentration. It was like a kind of like a trivia thing. And I knew
Yes.
like every single answer in that thing. Like everybody would try to play against me, and I'd kick their butt.
And you could, and it was like, didn't it have? If it's the one that I'm thinking of, it had like people standing behind a thing, but it was drawn out. It was black and green screen, so it was as graphic as it could be. And one person played as player one person played as player two. Oh my
I
god!
think that's the same game that we're thinking of.
Oh my god! I am freaking out right now because I could not remember the name of that game to save my life, but we fucking love that game so much.
Yeah, I used to play that all the time. That and I forget the name of that Star Trek game. It was one of the very first computer Star Trek games they ever came out with. I don't know. I would have to look it up. But yeah, I think it was Classic Concentration that you're thinking of. Because yeah, I used to play that every single day. I had that
That's
game mastered. I was like a pro.
oh man. Yes. Oh, that takes me back. I remember exactly where the computer was located in my friend's house. They rented a house from it was yeah, the guy was Kerry Livgren. He was the lead guitarist and songwriter from Kansas, from the band Kansas.
Hmm.
And so we would go and ride horses over there, and they rented a house from him on his property. And so I remember like going and visiting all the time over there. Like I remember exactly where the computer was. I remember exactly, yeah, yep. Oh my god.
Yeah, that used to be one of my favorite games growing up.
Um. Yes. Oh my god. I am not alone anymore. I am
That's
not
pretty.
alone anymore.
That's pretty amazing that we used to play the same game.
That is so great. Oh my god, that is so great. Uh so all right, what is hub I can't read that cuz it's yellow. Hub Hublandocon Mauricio. I'm sorry for butchering your name. Ask, what is the best age of your life that you want to go back and relive?
Best age of my life.
It's an interesting question. I don't know.
I'm actually not sure if I would. Maybe 21. I don't know.
I
My
still
21st
feel like
birthday
I'm
was quite
21.
exciting. I
Oh,
don't even
really?
remember half of it.
My mom got drunk on my 21st birthday, and I was not. So,
Oh, you
my
want to talk about getting drunk on somebody's birthday? I went to take my husband out on his birthday, and I was the one that ended up getting drunk. He had to drive home.
That's hilarious. Oh my god, that's so funny. Yeah, we my 21st birthday landed in the middle of the week. So I had to, I was in college at the time and I had to work or whatever. So I was like, all right, we'll go out, for the weekend and celebrate then. So a couple of friends came over and like we hung out, but it wasn't a very good party. But my mom calls me and my mom's like, hey, my mom is not, she doesn't drink ever. She's like, hey, baby, are you
Oh my!
drunk? And I'm like, Mom? She said, have you been drinking? It's your birthday. And I'm like, Mom, you're drunk. She's like, no, I'm not. Okay.
Oh my gosh!
That was, yeah, probably the last time my mom got drunk, actually.
Oh my gosh! The one time my mother got drunk, her and this one lady, one of her friends, drank a whole bottle of Sambuca at the bar.
Holy
And we had to
shit.
carry her out.
Oh my god.
That was a disaster. It's like, oh my gosh, you're never drinking that again.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that's crazy.
I don't know how she didn't get alcohol poisoning. Because there was a whole bottle of Sambuca. Funny thing
Holy
is, I drink that now.
Oh my god, that's wow. Yeah, and my mom doesn't get drunk, so I love that on my birthday, my 21st birthday, where I should have been drunk, my mom was drunk and she was like 3 hours away calling me on the phone. It's like, "All right. Thanks, Mom. I'm so glad that you're celebrating for me."
That's funny. Yeah, my mom don't get drunk anymore much that I've seen.
Maybe if my mom did get drunk, she would relax a little bit. She's a little uptight. But yeah, I don't have the best relationship with my mom. It's
Mine's a bit rocky too. So,
yeah,
yeah.
it's
I think I was more closer to my dad than when I was with my mom.
Same. But y'all got any more questions? Come on. You got any more questions? No more? No more questions.
So that's pretty cool.
Oh, I missed this one by KP. If you could live inside a game, which game would it be?
Oh, okay, well, there's this builder game that I actually play called Citadel Forged with Fire. If I could, I'd live in that game. I have an 8-story tall castle I built on the side of a mountain by myself. So, and they have fire-breathing dragons that you can actually tame as your pets in there. I think I would love to live in that game and have
That
a dragon.
sounds cool.
Yeah, as a pet.
I want a dragon as a pet.
Yeah, you get a spell in the game called Tame, which you can tame up to 10 levels higher than what you are, and then you create these scrolls which increase the amount of time that it stays tamed as your pet or your mount. You can actually get on it and ride it around as like a mount and stuff.
What?
It's
That's cool. Nice. That's cool. It sounds like Minecraft, but with dragons.
Yes. And giants and all kinds of stuff in there.
Nice. Okay, Acid Queen ask, what's your favorite sport? Since it is the sports bowl thing right now, the Super Bowl. I know I'm a football fan, but
yes.
Is football your favorite?
It is one of my favorites. I don't know if you would classify as shooting billiards as a sport. I actually used to love shooting pool.
Oh.
So
pool is fun.
So it's a toss up between football and billiards, I would say.
I used to be really my grandparents had a pool table in their basement. So, we would go down and play pool all the time. And we learned trick shots and all that good stuff. And I used to be really good. And then I tried to play recently, and I suck.
I don't. Too bad. I wasn't a pro. My husband's actually better than I am, but I'm kind of so-so, I guess.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I was never a pro, but when you don't use it, you lose it.
Mhm.
But yeah, man, I haven't talked to anybody who plays pool in a long time. Man.
I've actually been shooting pool since I was probably about 12, I would say.
Nice.
My mom and dad used to shoot pool, and they used to work at a private club around here, and I would go in there, and that's what I would do. They're up there tending bar. I'm back here shooting pool.
Nice. Do you guys ever go out to shoot pool at all?
Occasionally, we do. Me and my husband do. Of course, he usually whoops my butt. He's a lot better than I am.
Uh, that's cool. That's really cool. I would. You know what? I feel like we would have a good time hanging out. I feel
Oh,
like
I always love having fun.
we would have a
Last
good
time I
time.
shot pool, I shot a game of pool against my godfather. Of course, I had to beg him to shoot me. He was like, "No, I don't want to shoot you. You're gonna make me look bad." And I'm like, "Oh, I'll take it easy on you," is what I told him. Well, I tried to, until after a while, I was just like, "All right, I can't take this anymore," and just started like kicking his butt. He's like, "See, I told you, you weren't gonna give me a chance."
um, Acid Queen says pool totally counts. By the way.
Yes.
um. Oh, do you play KP and T Fredrickson both have asked, do you play tabletop games? Like, do you play
See?
tabletop RPGs, stuff like D&D, anything like that?
You mean on the computer or just like an actual board game?
Yeah,
Is that what you mean?
yeah.
Uh, I actually never really played much of that, so I would probably say no. I've never done that before. But board games, I've done tons of board games. My mom has every single Trivia Pursuit game.
I
She
love
used to make me
Trivial
play that all the
Pursuit
time.
games. They're so
I had my little
fun.
kids Disney box, my little
Yes!
Disney questions.
We did too! My family loves Trivial Pursuit. Absolutely loves it. Like, we got to the point where we prefer to just get the questions out and ask each other the questions and, screw going around the board, right?
Yeah.
We're like, we're done. Screw this. We're just going to ask questions.
One of the favorite games my kids like to play is Uno Attacks. I don't know. It's kind of similar to Uno, but if you don't have a card, instead of actually drawing a card, you push a button. Sometimes it'll spit cards out at you. Sometimes you're lucky and you don't get none.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, I've seen
My
that
kids
one.
like that game.
Yeah, I've totally seen that game. Um, nice. Yeah, I haven't played it yet, but I know which one you're talking about. Oh, man. I love board games. Absolutely love board games.
Yeah, my kids have tons of those in their playroom. From Monopoly to Payday Life, Candyland.
Ah, Candyland.
Of course, they
Yep.
don't play half of these anymore.
Need to get them out. You need to get the boys out and say, "All right, we're gonna play Candyland today."
Yeah, I don't think they would. I doubt they would.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, I think that is actually. Do you have any games that you play on your cell phone? Maurice is asking.
Uh, do I play any games on my cell phone? I do got a few. Um, I play
I
Bejeweled.
mean, you're a gamer, so I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't have a few games on your.
Oh, I
If
got tons of games. Let's see. Hold on. I got Angry Birds, of course, because my kids like to play that. I got Tetris, Yahtzee with buddies. I play some free, so Bejeweled, Solitaire, Tri-Peaks, to Mario Run.
Oh, how is the Mario Run game?
Um, I just started playing it, so it's fairly, it's not too bad. I've actually started to build up my little area. Um, like I have a little castle, and then I have these little flower bushes around my
Yeah,
castle, and I got the little
nice,
green tunnel sitting down at the one end. That as you jump down and go to the next level.
nice. I've been playing Animal Crossing lately because
I
Animal
actually never
Crossing
heard of that
Pocket
game.
Camp. It's if you I think the first one came out on the GameCube, and then it
Oh,
came
okay.
out on the Wii, and then they had a DS version, and so now they have a mobile version, which they've done a very good job with it because it feels like an Animal Crossing game. But you don't build up a house or anything. You're camping, and you have to build your camper and expand your camper, and It's really cute. You know, it is very much like a click and play game, but it also has the Animal Crossing feel. So I think they did a really good job with it.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I've played all kinds of games. Like I say, I played Farmville, and oh my gosh, I kind of look back on that day of me playing Farmville, and I'm like, really? You actually played Farmville? He still laughs at me
I
about
played
playing
Farmville too.
that.
Don't
Well, at
feel
least I'm not
bad.
the only one there.
Don't feel
I could
bad.
never harvest my crops before they, wilted. So
It
I
was
kind of
one of
gave
those
up on
games
that.
that you had to click. You know, like you had to
Yep.
check it on a regular basis. That's the only
Yes.
problem I have with those kind of games. Like you have to go back on a regular basis. And not only that, like it tries to prompt you to buy something every single time you click in, and it's like I don't want to. Just let me play the game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you get a lot of those ads. I think with any of the um, phone games that you play
Oh
these
god,
days,
yeah.
like Bejeweled, I get a lot of ads. Say, hey, come buy these jewels from us, so you can purchase this in our store. And
But I mean, honestly, who hasn't played Farmville?
yeah, I know.
I mean,
Well,
I'm sure your husband played it and he just doesn't want to admit it.
actually, he said he's never had a Facebook account, and he still
Okay.
doesn't to this day. So
All right. So if you've had a Facebook, let me rephrase that. If you had a Facebook account when it came out, you most definitely played Farmville.
yes, probably. Yeah, he kind of laughs at me because I'm always on social media. So I keep in contact with everybody, people from school that, I went to school with, family members that live in other states, that I don't get to talk to on a daily basis.
um,
And then I get the occasional troll.
right, of course. I took Facebook off of my phone just because it was getting to that point where I was checking it like every morning and checking it multiple times a day. So I only use it for my desktop and I use it to house my photos because it's, everything's digital now, right?
Yep.
That's how I share my photos with everybody. I wish that I could just download the album so that I could have it like on an external hard drive somewhere so I could access those photos and just download the old stuff, like the really old albums, like the ones from college.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I have a lot of I've had Facebook. I started Facebook when Facebook was only for college.
Oh,
So,
wow.
I've
Jeez.
been on Facebook since almost its beginning. Um it took me a while to start it because I was on, on MySpace and all of my friends were like, "Ah, we're on Facebook now." And I'm like, "Okay, whatever." But I remember when Facebook existed for college only that you had to use your college email address in order to get in, and you could sign up, you could add all your classes and stuff on there, and that's how you could reach people. And I literally shared notes, class notes, through
Oh, wow.
Facebook. So I use Facebook for like its purpose at the beginning of Facebook, and then it, became what it is now. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
I
I
think it's one
remember
of
this.
I started out with MySpace.
Yep.
And then, yeah. Now I don't use a lot of Facebook. I think I use more Twitter than I do Facebook, except for talking to family and friends.
Yeah, same. Twitter, and I always said I would never join Twitter, but I find I like Twitter better than Facebook because it's easier for me to filter out the negativity
Oh
on
yeah,
Twitter.
exactly.
Um and if I don't want to see political stuff, it's just easier to ignore it cuz stuff is constantly going on Twitter, whereas Facebook it sits there and usually
Yeah,
doesn't, and it'll move up your dang
your feed, your channel feed.
right.
Yeah, that's one thing I can't stand is politics. I just
Right.
I can't stand watching the news either. so much negativity going around, you
It
know.
it
Try
is.
to
It
look at the
is.
positive stuff, you know.
Well, and which is the whole point of, the podcast and girl streamers and stuff like that, is to bring more positivity to the world.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. I like positive stuff.
So I think that's actually where we're going to end this podcast. This has been fantastic podcast. You've been absolutely wonderful to talk to. Where and when can we find you streaming?
I'll probably actually be streaming tomorrow.
Okay.
I should be streaming tomorrow. Probably just about every day this week, I would say. On Saturdays, I try to do like walkthroughs of certain games and then save them to like a collection that I'm starting.
Cool.
Like I'm working on a collection for Tomb Raider right now. Then I'm probably gonna do Elder Scrolls Oblivion, then do Skyrim, then do Elder Scrolls Online. Plus, I also get developer keys from different indie developers, and I'm probably gonna do some like walkthroughs of them. I don't do YouTube much. I think I did one video on there, but most of my work's done on Twitch here.
Yeah, now you can just upload it onto Twitch itself now, and it'll just house it for you, which is cool.
Yes. So much easier.
It is. Nice. All right, cool. So, and what's your Twitch?
It's Rcalielie.
Cool.
I'm not going to try and pronounce it because, like I say, I can't. Just like everybody else can't pronounce it. Just call me Rcalielie.
Nice. Thank you so much for joining me. This has been a blast.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Had some nostalgia trips with you today. It's great.
Oh yeah, that's pretty awesome. I think you're the first person I've ever found that actually played that classic concentration game.
Oh my god, I can't believe I've never been able to actually put a name to it, and I'm so happy that
Well, now you can.
Now I know. Now I remember. So yes, thank you so much. This has been a Girl Streamers podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening. Girl Streamers is partnered with Loot Crate, Fresh Designs, Punk's Paracord, Simple Jerky, UN Racing Chairs, Glom Tom, and Sennheiser. Links to all these amazing partners are down below, so please feel free to click. Thanks, guys, for all of your support. Please follow us at Girl Streamers on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and Instagram. If you have any questions or would like more information, you can visit our website at girlstreamers.com and contact us through there. Also, we are on player.me, so you can follow us there. I forgot to add that. Don't forget, you can also subscribe to us on Twitch or GameWisp, and if you subscribe at the $4.99 tier, you get access to our Discord fan channel, and you can buy some super cool gear in our online shop at designedbyhumans.com/shop/girlstreamers. You can find Rcalielie on Twitter at Rcalielie and on Twitch at twitch.tv/Rcalielie. Totally spelled it wrong. Twitter is Rcalielie, and Twitch is twitch.tv/Rcalielie. Our next podcast will be February 18th with Aerial Rages. Right here, same time. This podcast is a part of the Two Lazy Dogs media group and the Girl Streamers community. Encourage, support, grow.